let me explain what is Mahalaya. Mahalaya Paksha is, or Pitru Paksha, ancestor gather, is basically ancestor gathering. It is the time of year where our ancestors from who have passed on are gathering on the earth plane. They're coming here to help us understand a little bit more about them, and ultimately a little more about ourselves, and then how we can assist them and how they can assist us. And why it's important to Shreem Brzee is because Shreem Brzee has to do with our wealth, our wealth consciousness, our abundance, our ability to manifest. And our ancestors are directly related to our ability to manifest. Last week, Dr. Pillai did a webinar, and he said, Bill Gates has ancestors that are close to God, and they were able to bless him abundantly. And then he said, a lot of us just have average ancestors who aren't really quite as close to God, who maybe haven't done special rituals or haven't done the penance or the prayers needed to become closer to God. And so what we can do is to perform this ritual, this offering. It's called Tarpanam. It basically means food offering to our ancestors to help alleviate whatever attachments and suffering they're going through in this other world, so that they can move up into what Dr. Pillai calls the heaven, the ancestor heaven, which is Pitru Loka. It's where they live. And when they're in this Loka, this heavenly realm, they can bless us abundantly. So we want to help them get into this ancestor Loka, this heavenly realm, so that they have so much power that they can pour down upon us and bless us. And it's a reciprocal relationship. We can do this ritual, this offering, to help alleviate their suffering, to help let them be elevated. And then once they get there, they can be blessing us. What they also do is they gather, the Mahalaya is the great gathering of ancestors during this particular time, which means we have more access to them, which means they're more active. This helps this whole process. So all year long, you should be doing this food offering, this Tarpanam. You should be praying to them. You should be asking and hoping and praying that they get their suffering gets alleviated, and then they move up into this heavenly ancestral realm. All year we want to do this, but then there's special times of the month and the year where this is the most potent time to do it. And as you know, power times are so effective because they give us that extra ability to have a result happen during that particular time, right? So if we have, for example, the power times for ancestors, new moon. Every month during the new moon, you want to be performing this ritual, this Tarpanam, this offering, okay? And then there's special new moons. There's Adi Amavasya, and there's one more, and I can't remember the name. It's in January. But so there's several very special new moons. Then we have this period of time, this 15-day period, where they're even more active. And so we don't want to miss these power times. So we're in it right now. We're in it. So if you haven't started your Tarpanam offerings or sponsored any, you can still do that. You can still do that. So what should you do? At home, you should do the Tarpanam offering, the food offering. It is rice. It could be cooked rice. It could be raw rice. It can be ground up rice into a rice flour. Then you want black sesame seeds. It's important to have black. If you don't have black, just use whatever version of sesame seeds you have. There was an email that I think it went out a day or so ago, and we also have a blog at Pillai Center describing what the importance is to having sesame seeds. The sesame seeds signify, there's a mythology around it, I won't get into it, but where this is important for us to be making this offering. You want a coin that signifies that your relationship, your ancestors' relationship with money. And again, Shreem Brzee. And why is this so important? Because everyone gets attached to money, and we want to help them relieve their attachment so that they can move up, remember, into those heavenly realms. So you have that. If you have Dharma grass, you can use it. If you don't have Dharma grass, it's fine. If you have Tulsi, you can use it. If you don't have Tulsi, it's fine. There's many different ingredients here, but use what you have. And everyone should be able to get their hands on rice and sesame seeds. And a coin. So that's the bare minimum of what you should be using to make this offering. And you sprinkle a little bit of water in it and you hold it up with your right hand. If you can face south, that's great. And if you can't, face whatever direction you're in. With the water and the mixture in your right hand, you offer it and say, all the ancestors on my mother's side, all the ancestors on my father's side, please release yourself from these attachments to people, places, and things on this earth plane. Receive this offering, be nourished, and move up into the light, move into the heavens. And when you get to these heavenly realms and you move into the light, bless me and my family. That's it. It's a very simple prayer, but you'll notice the more you do it, that the more you'll feel a connection with your ancestors. At this time when you're connecting with them, you can also say you're grateful for what you've given. They've given to you, what they've passed on to you, maybe good traits, maybe good genes, maybe good attitude, maybe great money karma, right? Like whatever they've given, you can also thank them. And this will probably make them happy. And then encouraging them to release themselves from these worldly attachments, release themselves from the suffering, because there's greater things beyond, right? Giving them the encouragement that if they just release their grip on something here on this earth plane that's causing them suffering, they could go experience bliss. And when they go experience bliss in those heavenly realms, they can bless you, which is in turn helps them too, because everyone who's happy in your lineage helps everyone else. So we want this. We want this for each other, right? So it's a beautifully reciprocal engagement that happens.